Hi, and welcome back to another Megiddo Gaming video. We've got a lot going on. We got a long video, a lot of things happening. We've had Mod 14 being released on console, and we've got sales, all sorts of stuff. The sales on consoles right now is 15 to 20% off certain items. There's a new key bundle that includes a Coalescent Ward and 50 keys. Breaking down the costs of it and the fact that there's a discount on top of it as well. Definitely recommend looking into it if you're wanting to get a discount on either keys or coal wards, however you want to look at it. But also there's going to be discounts on like Nox recruitment orders. There's going to be discounts on character slots. If you needed more character slots to farm your leadership, you're going to be able to get a discount on that. You can get discounts on, preservation wards, coalescent wards. There's even a discount for the refinement pack, which also right now has a chance of getting you the Celeste companion. There's so many little things that you need. If for some reason you're still doing strongbox in the strongholds, you can get discounts on those keys. Pretty much anything you need. Retraining tokens were already brought down to 100 a piece. Now with the sale, they're at 80 Zen a piece. And now with Mod 14, you break down what you want to retrain. So, that's really exciting. One of the things we also have is bonus RP here on Xbox and I believe on console. And you can choose certain tiers. So the more astral diamonds you invest, and it's not a whole lot of AD. So if you're really in need of refinement, you're in with the new mod, you're going to be killing a lot of creatures. Might as well pump that thing up because you're going to be able to get like 150, 250 extra RP chance when you kill a mob. Might as well. You're going to be killing a bunch of things anyways. Get some extra RP. Also, we've got the double enchants and runes. So if you've got those quartermasters enchantments, I recommend throwing them on, opening up your bags, and getting some rank 6s and rank 7s out of there. Definitely capitalize on that. It seems like we're going to have a lot of RP on our hands, so discounted coalescent wards, extra RP, kind of getting the idea. You can make some more enchantments, and there's a couple new enchantments that came out in Mod 14, and we'll go over those in a bit. Also with Mod 14, we have Taroka cards. And those add a neat little spin to the hunts and just overall gameplay, but I wanted to show you this real quick. There's actually a vendor that you can trade in your Taroka cards. So if you have duplicates, you can trade them into what's called blank Taroka cards. And then with those blank ones, you can buy new ones. Now, you only get to do one of the unique ones per day, but the regular blue ones, you can trade in as many as you'd like. So if you're farming those off of, the three barred bosses around Barovia, you're going to be able to get a lot of those extra cards. Also, if you're doing hunts, you get cards when you're doing the hunts too. So you should have some spares on hand. If they're not something that you want to spend in the hunt, trade them in, maybe have a chance of getting something better. The other thing is that with Mod 14, we can now finally get rid of the poop flying around us with our bark shield enchantments. Disabling weapon and armor enchantments is something that we've wanted for a long time, and now we can do it. And also, like I said, retraining your feats, retraining your boons, retraining your powers, those can be done separately now. So you don't have to go through the entire process of redoing your entire powers just because you wanted to change your feat skill tree. Now with the hunts, I wanted to show you something involving the Taroka cards. So there's purple cards, and then there's the blue cards. The blue cards are really easy to get. The purple ones can be done as you start the campaign, and also as you do some weekly quests, and also if you trade in and randomly get the chance of getting a purple one. Whether you choose a 1, 2, or 3-star hunt, you do have the option of using your Taroka cards to increase the rewards that you get. Now this does also increase the difficulty, and there's different ways that it can affect it, whether it makes them more difficult, have more health, regenerate more health. But with the purple ones, you get an increased chance of getting those rarer armor pieces that you're hunting for. I used one of the Donjon cards and ended up getting my Heels of Fury in just one run. It was almost guaranteed. I'll have to do some more testing, and I'll do a separate video about the Tarokka cards. But I wanted to show you that there's one where it says it'll give you rough astral diamonds. And we're going to use one of those cards now. And as my character runs here, we're going to go over some of the comments that you've all left me and I can respond to. Alright, so this comment from Low Taco is talking about the rewards that are being dropped and how, you know, if you were to be able to get rank 13 drops, they could lower the cost in the trade house and legendary drops. I was actually just talking to some friends last night about how it would be neat, especially in like these hunts, when you're setting the difficulty higher, is that maybe you could get the chance at a legendary mount that's bound. Just because, you know, the RNG in lockboxes is bad enough. I mean, I did 140 keys and didn't even get the epic mount, let alone the legendary mount. I actually had to spend 8 million AD to get my swarm mount. Good thing I was stocking up. But as far as the enchantments, right now the enchantments are kind of hurting. Since the Jubilee event, we actually had a drop where none of the enchants are selling at fair market value. And we really shouldn't be throwing down higher rank enchantments, because as you saw in my previous video, even at its worst, spending 1.6 to 2 million AD on it, some of these enchantments are still only selling for 1.8 to 2 mil. So unless you're doing like I do and get the freebies from events and stuff, you're not going to make any profit off of selling these things. I mean, the enchantments are at an all-time low, so yeah, I don't agree with you on that part, but yeah, definitely it would be nice that if you were playing something with a very high difficulty, like a tier 3 hunt with 3 Tarokka cards, that, you know, there is a chance at something amazing like a legendary mount that's bound. Don't let people sell it. It would be abused like crazy. Yeah, and Predator, Mike, yeah, definitely we had a horrible battle with RNG last night in the group we were running. I was able to get the one thing of Heels of Fury, and that's where I noticed that you really do need those purple Tarokka cards to do it. Yeah, and he ended up having to go to work, so we kicked him out of the group. So sorry about that, but we had to keep going. But just to let you know, we didn't come up with any more gear, and I think we ran about 5 more times after he left. So yeah, definitely those purple Tarokka cards are a necessity when wanting to get that high level gear. Are my build guides for PvE or PvP? Well, I don't do PvP, so I'll probably never do a PvP guide. And I will have to do some updates to the build, because I found some pieces and some tiny adjustments with mod 14 in my build, so definitely stay tuned for that video. Yeah, Calvin, there's tons of meta builds. It's meta this, meta that, 2 DCs, all this kind of stuff. And I did do a build video a while back about a healing TR. Now with some new enchantments and new changes, I'm actually going to be redoing a video on my healing TR and a tanking TR. Definitely have to do the healing one because I kind of got called out a bit. Galactic called me out and said that apparently an 80k bonding proc and power is unusual. Well, I will say this, at least before I put out that video, is that when you gear your character to be strictly power and charisma, the amount of power that you can get from bonding is easily hit to 80k. Because I mean, right now I think just bonding in mod 14 I'm at what, 70k for my DPS build. So when you go specifically for power, it's not too difficult. Now you'll notice that this tax collector's reward is supposed to give rough AD. It actually gives you refined AD. It doesn't count at all to your daily AD cap. So I don't know if it's a typo in the box that it's supposed to be regular AD, or if it, you know, just make sure if you got those extra cards floating around, get your extra refined AD out of it, because if it's meant to be rough, it's probably going to get patched. But I wanted to show that to you so that way you can maximize the AD you get. There's actually a lot of AD that you can get in mod 14. because a lot of things that you can sell or break down, or the synergy between the Barovian coins, the store, all that stuff. So in the store, when you use your Barovian coins, you can get salvaged gear packs. So if you're looking to get a higher level piece of gear, you can definitely go with those. They're only 250 a box. Or you can spend your coins on some of these equipment pieces. Now, they cost 2,500 Barovian coins, but if you're using, companions, you're using, utilizing all the daily, weekly tasks, everything, getting the coins are actually not that difficult. And you're going to be doing other things in Barovia anyways, so while you're doing your missions, you're getting more posters and blah blah blah. Now, the item that you get out of the box is random, of course, in a certain level. But if it's something that you don't want or you already have, all of the items in that box are actually salvageable. So if you needed some extra rough AD, if you're like me and you don't want to do random queues, you're going to be doing hunts a lot, you're going to pick up pieces off the ground, you can trade in coins for the boxes, you can get some more rough AD. Now, the items that you could buy in the store can also be sold in the trade house. They are not bound. The box stuff is bound, but the other items, the artifact belts and things, those are not bound. You can sell those, and those actually sell starting out at around 180,000 AD. Now, of course, the more that people do this, the costs will go down, but I wanted to show you this because if you're like me and you had a bunch of extra Barovian coins sitting around, you might as well trade them in for something that's going to benefit you. So we have a bonus to getting a rough AD through salvage. We can get regular AD with the Tarokan cards. We can get even more regular AD by selling off the belts. You can also sell the posters. Thank you. Unlike Cholt, where you couldn't do anything with the trophies, you can sell the posters on the trade house, and the tier 3 posters like the Sisters of Fury, those ones can go for, starting out, that's a 3-star one, that can go out starting out around 160,000. The lower ones though, you can still sell from around 20 to 50,000. So if you're not into the new hunt system, sell off the posters, make some extra AD. Now we got 2 new enchantments in mod 14. One is the Eclipse armor enchantment, and the other one is the Prominence weapon enchantment. The Eclipse armor enchantment gives you kind of a neat little glow. It's actually one of the few that I wouldn't disable the visuals on. And the Prominence is, man, I'm going to have to get it to test it out, but it looks really impressive. But if you want to buy one, 15 million AD on the trade house. And mostly because that's a little bit difficult to obtain because it takes 9 shards from the end game dungeon to get them. But the Eclipse can actually give you a bonus of 25% deflect. So that's going to be working into the tank build I'm going to test out. Swarm Mount, like I said earlier, 8 million AD roughly. Oh man, that hurt when I bought that. The Razorwoods, reasonably priced. They went up by 50,000 since yesterday though, so definitely if you're looking to get that, it's a good replacement for the Siege Master. I'd look into purchasing that for yourself. Alright, now for the weekend update stuff. So we talked a bit about how it seems like there's a little bit of having the same things cross-platform, like key bundles, Celeste, double refinement, double enchants and runes. There's also something very exciting. New mod 15 information was released via Twitter and on their page here. And it's not even being labeled as mod 15. It's not being labeled as an event. It's just being labeled as kind of a way to reuse maps that we already have, introduce a better profession system, and I'll let you listen.
Welcome, intern, to Acquisitions Incorporated. Please keep your hands, legs, tails, mandibles, and eye stalks in the ride at all times. prepare to be immersed in Faerun's definitive adventuring brand. During this excursion, you will be exposed to the pillars of our organization: opportunity, adventure, and rewards.
Rewards, come on. Better drops, more stuff. Yes, please. So really excited to see how that's going to turn out. It seems kind of weird, but definitely looking to see what it's going to be like. Now, one of the things that I wanted to tell you about was, aside from the new key bundles, the Celeste and everything, there's 2 free items that Xbox and PlayStation players will want to go into your marketplaces and make sure that you get them. So if it's the Xbox store or the PlayStation store, go in there, search for Neverwinter, find those packs and download them. I mean, why wouldn't you want free stuff? I mean, 200 free Zen, Genie's gifts, coins, all that good stuff. It's free. Take it. Get it while you can. Now, of course, with the release of Mod 14 on Xbox and PS4, there's going to be new items in the Zen Market store. So, you know, kind of went over a little bit of it, like the Taroka card key bundles. You can get the new Vistani Wanderer Companion. Also, if you're a new player and you need to get a little ahead in the game, knock out some campaigns, you can get the Nox Recruitment Order. That's going to help take care of some of your campaigns, get you some currency, get you some good gear. So definitely look into getting that if you're a new player. Now, PlayStation only has a Zen Store sale. So if you are a person that does pay to progress, definitely invest a little bit now because of the sale. Alright, and there's so much more that I want to share with you, but I'm going to do those in separate videos. Thank you all for your support and the continued comments. Make sure you do leave a comment if you have any questions about anything, and I'll respond to them. Thanks for watching. Click the left to see the previous video. Click to the right to see another video, and down at the bottom to subscribe. And to stay up to date with what's going on with the channel, follow on Facebook and Twitter.